Hey, Ari here, leader of the race mixing revolution. Thanks for watching another video of mine. I wanted to make this video to talk about autism. Autism is a very new concept. It's technically a diagnosis for people who have this autistic personality where they have an extreme sense of not being able to communicate, and people who obsess very much so and get fixated in their minds. And I've studied autism a little bit, and I know that it's defined by some things that really everyone can relate with. And so I wanted to make this video to kind of open up the doors on this idea of being autistic. So what does it mean to be autistic? Just to give you a brief idea, I'm not going to get into very technical things, but to give you a brief idea, autism is characterized by obsession. Obsession is a big characteristic of autism, and what comes after that. So from obsession, people become very repetitive. They become very repetitive in their routine. Their routine becomes the same. They become very repetitive in the words that they say. They say the same words. They use the same phrases, these kind of things, buzzwords. And people become fixated and obsessed with one thing, and they kind of isolate themselves with this one thing. They focus on the thing, and it becomes harder for them to talk about things that are outside of their obsession or outside of their autism, as I'd like to say it. I want to redefine this word and reuse this word in a more generalizable way so that I can say that everyone, every human being, has autistic experiences in their life. And people deal with their autism in different ways. So people will either obsess or not in fear of this obsession, in fear of this fixation, in fear of the isolation and the tunnel vision that comes with the concept of putting your mind so much to one thing at a time. We're exposed to information all the time, and especially in this age of information, we are really living in very autistic times. We are living in times where we have to constantly bargain with our sense of obsession. We always have to second guess ourselves. Am I obsessing about this too much? Am I not obsessing about it too much? Our capacity for obsession is very powerful. This is one of our biggest tools in modern civilization, is our ability and our dedication to obsess with something. I'm sure that for thousands of years, people have judged each other for their obsessions and judged each other for how much they would think about something. For many years, scientists were judged for these kind of things. Why are you paying so much attention to this thing? Why are you obsessed with that? Why are you fixated with that? Why are you being so autistic? They wouldn't say this explicitly, but in one way or another, this is the feelings that they had. And I want to give people confidence in dealing with their autism. And I want to give people confidence that maybe think that they're autistic or on the spectrum. The autistic spectrum is a thing where you can be at different levels of autism. But I don't think that it's something that you either have or you don't have, like some kind of gauge from 0 to 100%. I think that the spectrum is really something that everybody experiences in their own way. And I'm going to do a lot of research. I'm going to do a lot of work talking to people about this thing. But the first thing that I need people to accept is that this is a real thing that everyone deals with. Everyone has to deal with information in one way or another. Everyone has to associate their emotions in one way or another. That's a big part of obsession, is this emotional fixation, this emotional association, that we somehow are motivated by this thing that we're now motivated by. It's a very interesting thing. Who are autistic people? What is an autistic experience? You might think that some people in the science world, like people who work for NASA or people who are in medicine, people who are researchers, these people are autistic. It's hard for them to talk to other people. It's hard for other people to talk to them because their ideas are different. Their focus is different. And it's easy to just leave it at that. But at the same time, a lot of people in these fields are not so socially isolated. They've opened up a little bit. And I want to give people the confidence that even if you obsess with something, you can come back from that. You can still open up socially, that you're not going to be trapped in your obsessions. And I want other people who are afraid to get obsessed with something to have the confidence that you can get obsessed with something, you can commit to something, and you can get really deep in something, and you'll be okay. As long as we can create a conversation on this, as long as we have some resources like this to move forward, to redefine and progress our ideas and what's actually going on in our minds, we'll be okay. So from here on, I want you to think about, what is autistic? Was this an autistic thing that I did? What are autistic things that are going on right now? What autistic things happen on the internet? What autistic things happen face to face? And how am I being changed just by my obsessions? Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I got a lot more videos coming out in the future. Please share my video, copy the link, send it to some people, share it on social media. Please support me on Patreon. As little as $1 a month, you can help me in this very critical early phases of the revolution, help me build it from the ground up. Please remember my words and take them with you into the future. And thanks for watching again. I'll see you next time.